Okay, I know we're probably all wondering where I've been, like if I'm even still alive. I am. I just don't have any good ideas for filming anymore. Also, I turned my room around, so this is the new background, my closet doors. Anyways, I'm making several different projects. If the birds start screaming, please excuse them. It never stops. It is, in fact, actively driving me crazy. I hear it even in my nightmares. So I'm making 2 different projects right now. I'm going to be using these 3 colors. Cream color, this one's called Oats. And these dark brown for like I'm making Sven from Frozen. So this is going to be like for the hoofs and some of the face details, and then this is going to be the main color for the body. This darker brown color is called Coffee, and this one's just called Brown. So that's for Sven. And then I also got these 3 shades for, and also like a white color. I'm going to make, they're called Sunburst Granny Squares, and I'll put a picture of them. An example here. So I'm going to make a blanket out of those. I'm probably going to do like 10 rows of 5, that would be 50, obviously. That would kind of be really long and not very wide. I'll have to figure out a layout differently. I might end up making more or less than that, but I'm going to get started. It's going to take me eons to make all of these granny squares, so I will come back when I have made some sense of progress. Is this where we're going to pause for taking the picture, the thumbnail? Let's see if I can do this without making a mess. Ready? Okay, done. Ta-da! Okay, I'll see you when some sense of progress has been made. So I also wanted to say that I made, for one of the girls at the school my mom works at, I made this little, I made Remy from Ratatouille for her, and I honestly didn't charge her because she's a kid, and kids don't have their own money, but she made me this picture. It's backwards, you can't read it. It says, "Good things take time," and that's very true because crocheting takes a while. But I love this, and I'm going to hang it up somewhere, probably right here by my desk so I can always see it. So thank you, Zoe. I like this a lot. Put it somewhere I can always see it. For right now, I'm going to put it right here so it doesn't get all messed up under my desk, on the little shelf. So I'm going to figure out a new angle so I can record making the granny squares, and then we'll, I don't know, just watch. Just enjoy the video, okay? I'm going to try to make it not 17 hours long like all my other ones are. We both know that's not actually going to happen. Also, I have really downsized on my stuffed animals. This is kind of going to be like, I guess, a life update video all of a sudden. All I have left is that one pet net, and yes, I did buy a Barney plushie. Okay, stop judging me. That was one of my favorite kids shows. I actually saw Barney live in concert when I was like 5 or 6, like 4, 5, or 6, one of those years. It was amazing. Okay, I'm gonna start on this. I don't even know what order I want to put them in. Because it's only, each granny square is only like 4 rounds, and each round is a different color. So I might do it like this. So the center is this one color, and then the second row, and then this is the third color, and then the white, this part of it is round, and then the white on the outside is what makes the border and what turns it into a square. But before I can do that, I have to, I don't have to, but I choose to move my switch out of the way. And I'm going to use my yarn winder to wind all of these skeins into cakes, because that's the only way that I crochet is from cakes. I spent a lot of time a few weeks ago going through all my colors of yarn and winding all my skeins into cakes so I could use them. And I've been also trying to really cut down on my scrap yarn, so I've just been making like, they're all outside in the garage. That's where my project bin is, where I have like all the stuff I've made. I've been making on my knitting loom thing, like the Centro, except for mine's a different brand. I've been making hats out of them, out of the scrap yarn, just to get it out of my room because it's taking up too much space. Yeah, so I'm gonna wind these and then I will start the granny squares. Wish me luck. So, I want to show you this. Well, originally I was gonna just make like a card, like color key, but first I want to show you this custom stamp that I ordered from Amazon with my page on it. Also, I hope you can hear me because I have headphones in, and trying to do a voiceover with headphones sometimes always isn't the easiest thing ever. But, and yes, I'm aware that it's going to be backwards, but that's my crochet page, Stitches. But for the color log thing, I'm going to take down the name of the color and the lot number, which is also backwards there. Nice. But I was going to do it on paper first, and then I originally was just going to do like the numbers and the colors. But then I thought, like, there could be two yarns with the same name, so I might as well take a little scrap of yarn from each one and put it on there. So I decided to cut up this cardboard so it would be more sturdy, although I do think I have enough yarn for this project, honestly. So basically it's just writing down the name of the yarn and the lot number, because even if you go to the craft store and you buy two skeins of yarn at the same time, if they don't have the same lot number, they could be two different, like a shade darker than the other and still be labeled as the same name, or they could be like one a little thicker than the other or one a little thinner than the other, and if you're not careful it will mess up your project. So watch out for that when you're going to get yarn from the store. Make sure they're the same lot number. Like for this purple one here, it's called Amethyst, and the lot number is 209092, and originally the one I had picked up was kind of thicker than this one is, so I had to put that one back and get this one and the other one because these two that I bought have the same lot number and the other one was different, so it was a different texture, and I didn't want some of my squares to be different sizes than the others because then the blanket wouldn't look very uniform. So this is me making a complete mess of the center pole because I couldn't find it, struggling for quite some time to try to find this center pole. I don't think I ended up finding it, honestly. So I just took some from the outside and cut that off. And then, yeah, I was very not happy with myself over the mess I had made of the yarn. Then for this blue color, it's called Soft Blue, and the lot number is 301193, and I didn't know that I had it set it right in front of the camera, so I'm sorry about that. The same just cut some off the outside. And write down the name of the lot number in case I have to buy some more. And then I wasn't originally going to write down the white one because white yarn is white yarn, but I ended up squeezing it onto the bottom at the end. Okay, so I have the pattern written down here by hand so I can just have it. I pretty much know how to make these from memory, but having the written pattern is nice. This is the yarn that I kind of got stuck under the yarn winder that I had to cut off. So I'm just going to use this little tiny cake first and make these. I don't use the chain 4 and make it like the loop method. That just seems like a lot of extra work for me. So I just use a magic circle. And I'm not really going to tell you the pattern of this. You can look it up if you want to. Or maybe I'll just put it in the... No, I'm not going to put it in the comments because I wrote it down where I would understand it, which means it's probably going to confuse everybody else. But I will tell you that the center circle is chain 2 plus 15 double crochet into a magic circle. And then you just work into those stitches. And then for the second round... or for the third round, excuse me, you work into the spaces between the puff stitches. This is a really easy granny square to make, plus you can do it with scrap yarn. You can make like any number of color combinations and it still looks cute just because of the way the stitches are. So I actually ended up putting this teal color here in the center, and then I did the light blue color and then the purple on the edge, and then for the border I still used the white color, but I'm not going to sit here and make you watch this painfully as I forget how to count and have to recount it several times. So I'm just going to stop talking and I'll fast forward it. Okay, so I attached the color for the second round, and I'm going to try to hide the tails as I go, but this is what I think is called a puff stitch, and it's basically just starting with chain 2, and then you yarn over and pull through 3 times in a row, so you have I think it's 6 loops on the hook at one time. Sorry, I do this for a hobby and still don't even know what the words are called, so it ends up looking like that when you're done, and then you chain 1 to secure it and do that again in every single stitch. So working around the tails, yarning over and pulling through 3 times, and then pulling through all of them and doing chain 1 to secure all the way around until I make contact with the other side. That makes it sound like I'm making an alien, but I'm not. So at the end you should have 16 puff stitches, and then you go on to the next round. So this is what the stitches look like consecutively, and then this is what it looks like at the end of the round. I think it looks pretty cute. A lot of people make these in like sunflower colors, so they'll do like a brown in the center, and then yellow for the second round, and then orange on the outside, and then like a cream or brown, like a hay colored yarn on the outside to make the square. And then this is me dropping it and attaching the purple color. Now I don't know what this stitch is called, but this is basically working 4 half double crochets into the same stitch, except for you don't finish it every time. You only pull through the first 2 loops, and then you do that 4 times in a row, and that gives you 5 loops on the hook, and then you just pull through all of them at the end, and you do, to secure this one, you do chain 2, and this one is worked in the space between the puff stitches. It's not worked in the stitch itself like the chain 1. It's worked under the chain between the 2 puff stitches, and I must have messed up somewhere, I'll show you later on, where I didn't have enough space for all of the stitches in the border, so I actually, as of right now, as of recording this and editing the video, I have taken out the border, the white part, and I'm going to redo it and see if I can fix it, but I think it's looking pretty cute so far, and then this is at the end of that round. So I like the color combinations. Holding it at this angle gives a more true representation of the shade of the colors, but I think it's coming together pretty nicely, except for the part that I just admitted I messed up. Plus I have all these weird tails in the back to weave in that I forgot to work around that time. Okay, something went wrong with this one, and right at the end I lost a stitch, and so the border is supposed to have this, and then this is 3 double crochet, 3 half double crochet, 3 double crochet, and then the treble crochet to turn the corner. Here I have 3 double crochet, 3 half double crochet. There should be another stitch right here for 3 more double crochet, and then the treble crochet to connect the corners at the end. So I'm probably not going to use this, like this was just making it to familiarize myself with the pattern before I started making all of them at once. So this one is going to be like my example one. I'll probably only use this one. If I get too lazy to make the last one, then I'll just use this one. But this is what they're going to look like for the most part. Minus this part down here that's messed up. I think that's pretty cute. I like the colors that I chose. And I weaved in the ends as I went, so there's none on the back. Okay, so if you could excuse the fan in the background, sorry about that. But I think I fixed it in a way that it doesn't look so wrong. I just snuck in 3 double crochets here right before the first corner, and I think it looks alright. Nobody's probably gonna know. I know that I'm always my biggest critic when it comes to stuff like this, but I really like this color combination. I think it's going to be really cute. Hello, it's me in my PJs. I wanted to do a little update last night. A little update period. Last night I ended up making 4 of these. They don't take very long. I just started on it pretty late, so I ended up making 4. I think they're really cute. Originally I wanted to do a cream color for the outside, but I didn't think a cream color would look right considering these colors, so I went with white instead. Also, I forgot to show you this little mushroom I made. It's not the cutest, I know, these bright pink pins and this blue striped yarn, but I was tired of sticking my fingers into this and stabbing them every time with straight pins, so I just made this little mushroom and put them all in there. And I don't know why I have 2 random yellow ones and I have no idea where they came from. So don't look at that side, just look at this side. I have to go to work today until 10 p.m. So my work on the granny squares is going to be quite hindered, but I'll try to do a lot tomorrow to make up for it. I'll probably do some tonight too, but honestly, I still have like 2 hours before I have to be there, so I'll probably do some right now too. Yeah. Okay. So aside from suffering through those granny squares, of which I've only finished 16 in like 3 or 4 days because I have a job that I go to, I am also making this. It's supposed to be Sven from Frozen. I've never worked with googly eyes before, but I think I love them. I just finished the hood for the antlers and then sewed it on, and I just attached the ears with E6000. This works really good for attaching yarn. And then I just have to make his neck, and I have to cut out the pieces of yarn for his mane and stuff. But I think he's coming out really cute. It's not actually, well, he's not really that big. He's gonna be bigger than I thought he was, because this is his body. So he'll be like decently sized. And then I already did his legs, and I'll do his tail at the end because it's just tying some yarn into his backside. But this is what else I'm working on. And I have a bunch of other things to make too, but I want to finish this before I start them, because I don't like having a bunch of things being worked at once. So yeah, he's coming out really cute. And then when the ears dry, I'll just tuck these tails in and cut them off so they're inside the head. And then this will be done for the most part. Oh, I still have to give him a smile. Although I might not, because I like the way it looks without a mouth. I don't know. We'll see, I guess. Okay, I just got home from work a while ago. So why did I say just? I've been home from work for maybe like 40 minutes, possibly. I wasn't counting. And I don't know, did I ever show you guys, did I document when I cut up all of that? I think I did. I just don't think I showed it because I said I wasn't getting it out of the closet again. When I cut up all my like ripped pairs of pants, like in the thigh, because I go through lots of pants because I'm not thin. Anyway, that's what I'm gonna do with these pants too. My old work pants. This is so annoying. I don't understand why manufacturers don't make plus size pants with reinforced thighs. Honestly, I think next time the pants that I have now rip, I think I'm just gonna invest in some Dickies dress pants for work. And I think that'll be way better in terms of like quality, because Dickies are work pants, like they are made tougher to withstand more. And honestly, I hope that they last for because I looked at them before at Walmart. They're not cheap, not at all. So I would hope that they would last longer for the price that they cost. Anyways, that I did not start recording to say any of that, which I just said. I was gonna say that I have given up on the blanket that I was making with the granny squares. I still have them, but I'm not gonna take them all apart. That would be way too much work to undo everything I just did. But I do think I'm going to repurpose them into something else. Like probably like a grocery bag or something. I need to find a grocery bag pattern just so I can see how to arrange the squares. I have 16 though, so I should have a fairly decent amount of them to use for something like that, right? I couldn't imagine a bag, which I would never carry. Well, maybe. I don't tend to keep stuff that I make, and like, because I mostly, as of now, I mostly crochet on a commission basis, so I don't make things for myself because that seems pointless. Like, I don't make clothes because I don't think that, well, for one, it takes too long and I'm impatient. I don't like to work on the same project for extended periods of time. So I end up just like taking it apart and using the yarn for something else. But if I put this bag together, I would probably keep it and use it for something. Maybe not necessarily, maybe like a book bag. I like to read. I do, even though I don't so much anymore because I am busy at work and crocheting and such. But yeah, the blanket with my current schedule, it's just going to take too long to complete, and I know that it's going to drag out past the point of where I'm excited to make it anymore. I was going to do an 8x8 square, like I'm pretty sure I said when I started the video, way back when, but I don't have the patience for that. And honestly, look what I just did. Trying to cut it straight, I accidentally cut a hole in it. Okay, anyways, I am done with this part, and I'll cut it into squares. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna do this, and then I'll get back to you. I probably shouldn't be waving around scissors near my face, but we live life on the edge. Okay, here I am once again in my pajama shirt. I am once again asking you for financial support. No, I'm just kidding. I love that Bernie Sanders meme. So I don't know if I told you I was scratching the idea for the blanket of the granny squares. So I made this bag instead. Oh my goodness. It's not very big. It has kind of a small opening. I used it to carry some groceries, and it worked pretty well. The strap is pretty sturdy. I single crocheted it on this side. And on this side, I also single crocheted it so that it would have enough hold. So, granny square bag, I think it came out really cute. I do wish it was a little bigger though. And I have 3 extra squares that I don't know what to do with. I'll probably use them for something. Sew them onto something, I don't know. So, I know this video is already getting on the long side because I've started editing it already. So, to keep it from being an hour or so long, I'm not going to show you how I'm making this stuff. I'm just going to make it and I'll show you as I start to finish them. I have about 5 things to make, all different types of plushies. So, or I will show you as I get them finished over time. Hello, it's me. I just wanted to say, wow, my hair is a mess. Sassy, what did you do? If you made it to the end of the video, I appreciate you. I don't know what she's doing, being a pickle probably. But I wanted to say what I just said, which is thank you for watching the video. I will tell you what I'm making really quick. I hope you can hear me. The fan is on. If the fan is loud and you can't hear me, just click out and go somewhere else. I will not blame you. So I have to make Piglet. I have to make my own pattern for Grumpy, like one of the 7 dwarfs. I have to make Belle from like Beauty and the Beast, and I have to make Minnie Mouse, and then Jack Skellington, and the Sally that goes with him. I loathe making Sally because the wig is so time consuming. It takes 5 ever to, not to make the wig cap necessarily, like the part that goes on her head, but to cut up all the strands of hair, tie them to the wig, trim them all the same length. It's just, makes me question my hobby in crocheting. So, thank you for watching. Sassy, say goodbye. Or ignore me completely, that's fine. So I will see you in the next video. Hopefully I will have at least one of the plushies made. I have made some parts of some of them that I guess I could show you before I say goodbye. So I have a leg. This is for Belle. This is one of her legs. And I have the other one right here that I started a while ago. Her arms. Both of them. The ears for Piglet. So when I crochet plushies, I tend to make the smaller pieces first because they're small. I can get through them quickly and then I have most of the project done. I'll save the bigger pieces for last. This is his arms. His little Piglet arms. I've made this one before about 3 or 4 times. This amigurumi plushie, whatever you want to call it, is so big. He's like 2 feet. Maybe like an inch shy of 2 feet. And then I also keep him in this little basket my friend gave me for my birthday. When she gave it to me, it was not full of crochet things. It was full of candy and snacks that I ate all of promptly, immediately. And these are the granny squares that I have left over. I thought about sewing them into like a, not necessarily like a wallet per se, but like this, front and back. Sew 3 sides and then sew this one on top, like a cover. Does that make sense? And then it would open like this, and then you would be able to reach inside, so like a pouch of sorts. Oh, maybe I could go to Walmart and buy a zipper and sew that on here and sew this over it. That's something maybe we'll think about doing tomorrow, because I live in California and it's 7,000 degrees outside right now. So I'm going to try to stop editing this video because this is the end, and I am going to make progress on something that is yarn related, because my whole little side table right here is covered in yarn and I would like it to not be that way. So thank you for watching. Oh my goodness. Oh, I didn't show you Sven. Okay, hopefully I will have remembered at this point to go back to editing the video and show him to you. I don't have him anymore. He went to the person he was going to. He came out really cute. So I will try to put in a picture of him if I can remember between now and picking up my phone to edit the end of the video. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate you guys. I know I don't post consistently, so I don't expect that many views. But I like making this type of stuff, like documenting things that I make, because it helps me to remember what I've made and not feel like, you know, everything's like all ran together. Yeah.